This is the Night Wolf howling at you, and today we're going to take a look at the Monster High Skulltimate Secrets Neon Frights Toralei, and we are going to try to see if I can actually do this one in the correct order, unlike when I did the one Cleo. I got this on a discount at Target, and as I'm sure a lot of collectors are aware of, Target likes to put those stupid little stickers on a lot of their stuff when they go to ship them out. I don't know why. And just add extra little bit of misery rather than stick it on the clear part totally. They stuck it on the cardboard, which also covers up part of the Toralei logo, which would have been really nice to use in the thumbnail. We turn this around and we see the Neon Frights has 4 other dolls in the collection: Twyla, Draculora, Frankie, and not quite Ghoulia. The other feature of this line is apparently it comes with some glow in the dark features, and I think you guys all know how much I like my glow in the dark stuff. So we will start by cutting apart the tape. By the way, I feel like most of the cost of this is actually paying for this packaging. There we go. Is this the same packaging as the previous version? Like, I mean, obviously the coffin itself probably is, but I don't remember there being a cardboard front on the door of the previous one. But maybe there was. And we open that up. And apparently the cardboard does not sit properly in place for her. Not to mention the doors are already open on most of them. Jeez. Well, let's go ahead and get our Toralei out of here. Of course, Monster High no longer comes with the stands that were so nice in the G1 series. It's kind of interesting. Her tail is designed so you can actually have it in the front or in the back of her legs. It's oh, we can't even pretend those are closed, right? Okay. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at the doll itself before we go on. And of course, we have the little plastic tabby thing in the back of her head, which I absolutely loathe. Her hair is more of a hot pink this time, where actually I haven't actually picked up any other Toraleis from G3 yet, so I don't know if that's normal or not. They did give her some, I guess those are supposed to be stripes for her. But in the previous version, her hair was, I think, black and orangish to go with her orange color scheme. Articulation-wise, we have the ball-jointed head, which can spin all around. We got the arms, which go out, up, down, spin all the way around, although that joint is really tight. We have the single joint in the elbow, which gives us a little better than 90 degrees. Right? Yeah. The wrist has a rotation. Actually, so does the elbow for that matter. And it has the in and out hinge. She does have the boob cut, so you can actually move her torso around. Her belt slash harness here does not fit very well on her. I suspect it's because of the tail, and I think it probably needs to go into that hole in order to function properly. Maybe. Or maybe not. Maybe it's just a really bad design. Oh, I think I just broke part of it. Is this... Oh, maybe that wasn't actually connected to anything. Yeah, at least when you put the tail on there, it at least sits a little bit better on her, I guess. But that looks terrible in the back, so maybe not. See, and then when the tail's not in that hole, this whole harness just like sits up on her too high because the back of the tail holds it up. See what I'm talking about? That's a poor design choice. So anyway, let's go ahead and put Toralei over on the side here. Whoopsie. And let's take the key out. So, as we know this time, what's supposed to occur is you stick the key in water. You stick the key in water to remove the coloring on top of it. And we get the glitter clear, cloudy, night sky looking black, where the door is already open anyway, so we don't really need to do that. But look at our soup right now. Bet you that's going to look really tasty by the time we're done. Inside here, we are given another key. We have her alternate skirt, a tube top that says claws on it, and the hoodie with cutouts for her ears. Let's go ahead and set those aside for the moment. And undo her other key. And undo her other key. Which looks like it's supposed to be the pink one. So let's put into water. Hey, look at that. It is the pink one. That's also already open. Yum. Oh, Toralei. That would be a better place to put you. In her second bag. We have another key that's barely in its bag. Is this supposed to be a purse? Yeah, I guess this is her purse. Kind of stupid looking. Looks like this is a collar or necklace. Collar. And, whoops, a pair of earrings. Um, they didn't think this design out very well. I think that's supposed to be a cat, but it looks more like an eggplant, which I'm not going to go there. Huh. Let's put the collar on first. Oh. Our instruction booklet is here too, which also tells you what all the surprises are. So, she's got like all the extra piercing holes, but it doesn't look like we actually get earrings for all of them. Honestly, I think she'd look better with like hoop earrings though, instead of those. But that's just me. So this next key will probably be the purple one, which will be the first one we'll actually have to unlock. you. Wipe that off a little bit here. Finally, we get to use the gimmick. Boom. And up next, we have more crap. We have the little Monster High key ring thing for her. Another pair of boots. One pink, one red at the bottom, otherwise the same. Strappy-ish. And we have the final key, which we don't have to actually stick in the water. It's nice, because I'm already getting stuff all over my hands. And actually that one was already unlocked too, so nice going. Here we have a teacup with I don't know if you can tell, but the quote tea is the same color as the liquid we're getting when we take the crap off of the keys. Gross. She's got a little handheld piano with cat ears on it. Well, I guess desktop piano. Keyboard. Microphone. Uh, that does not appear to be weighted to stand up on its own. Oh, you can't even cheat by putting it under there. And we have a diary. Kind of ironic since I don't think I've seen any diaries. No. They did, however, put a lot of effort into because this is a tempo and not a sticker. That's absolutely stunning. I am surprised they went through that expense. I am also not sure I could ever get a good enough image of these to show off. I'm guessing that's supposed to be Toralei there. I don't know what that outfit's supposed to be because it doesn't look like anything she came with. So, well, first off, we do have some plastic here on her leg. Oh my goodness. Under other circumstances, I would probably not even bother removing the plastic, but since the other boots aren't designed to be hidden by it or won't hide it, so there's probably something underneath this one too, right? No. Why is there plastic under one but not the other? Is it just to try to save the markings on her leg, maybe? So, one of the features of this doll is supposed to be glow in the dark, right? So, I'm not sure which parts all are supposed to. I think obviously the handbag, the necklace, collar, whatever, and her boots for sure. But when we looked at the back of the box, it also kind of hinted that the earrings and her jacket here is also supposed to glow in the dark. So why don't we find out for sure really quick? Well, I don't think any of this is going to show up particularly well, but when we use our handy dandy blacklight to supercharge the equipment here, yeah, it's the collar, the bag, and the boots apparently are the only parts that glow in the dark. Even though it kind of hinted that the jacket was supposed to on that cover, it does not seem to have any ability to glow. Which is kind of sad. The earrings also don't, so it is just those items. Surprisingly, I was actually expecting the keychain here to also be glow in the dark. And this key I thought might have, but no. That's all we got for the glow in the dark elements. And that's kind of a shame, really. But yeah, just to take a quick look again. I mean, I guess I shouldn't have made the assumptions, but the earrings, the jacket, and the other shoes were all pictured here under the glow in the dark phosphorescent little bit here, and none of those items were. So that's pretty annoying. So we got a couple options here now that we've got her out. I still don't like her belt harness thing because it does not sit right on her. Well, it looks like it's supposed to have like a little pocket there in the front. And I suppose, they did try to do it lined up so that it looked like it went together there. But otherwise, I mean, not horrible. It's shaped to go around her boobs, but doesn't still sit on them right. Um, we can go ahead and we can put her jacket on, as that is one of the looks apparently that they officially have as one of her looks. No, and seriously though, when you start going ahead and you start doing the Monster High stuff here, and you look at her clothing, like this, you can just see how like compared to the Rainbow High and Shadow High stuff, it's just so feels so cheaply made. And her hoodie can go ahead and sit over her ears like so. It's not as good of a look as I was hoping it would be. Again, which I think has a lot to do with just how poorly made the jacket is because it just doesn't want to sit very well. Oh, we're talking about it. I mean, the face makeup looks really gorgeous. Like she's got like the flame like design going on there. And it just looks really cool. But let's go ahead and get her wearing some of her other clothing, shall we? And we did get a full set of extras. Oh shoot. Oh. I guess once you peg the tail in properly. Oh, there we go. Over there, I didn't think it was going to come out. Hmm. She has the same kind of spiderweb lace panties that Cleo has, which makes sense because they're all using the same buck for the body anyway. Although I do approve of the extra crunch here. I think that's a nice addition, something that the G1 or G2 didn't have. Oh, her skirt opens all the way up too, and there's no built-in panty. The skirt feels like it harkens back to her original dial design a little bit more. Surprised I didn't use any of the little plastic rubbery things on the tube top to help it sit in place. But then that would have cost a little extra money. That's not for our tail. Ooh, there is not a spot in that skirt for her tail to poke through like in the other one. On the other hand, it does keep the skirt down further. So kind of a low-rise skirt. Definitely lets you see the crop top aspect of her top better. Okay, so we've got her vinyl skirt with stripes. Again, that reminds me more of her original doll design for some reason. I could be wrong. It's been a while since I've looked at her. As far as the G1 Monster High stuff goes, I have mostly Ghoulias and Cleos sitting out for display at home. They gave her little furry arm things at the end there. Her tube top, again, has the little logo on there and actually sits pretty well on her. I'm surprised. On the back side, the tail still sits in there and swings. The original G1 Toralei doll, the first release of it, actually had a bendy tail that you could rearrange however you wanted. And that only lasted for the first release, I want to say, because I think everything else after that, especially cat-wise, they all had the same basic tail. She's got the stripes on her leg here and her arm here. That's about it, except for the forehead. They did give her the little darker nose thing like a cat has. I'm trying to think if that was on the original G1 doll or not. I don't think it was, but I could be wrong. This actually will be kind of a harder decision as to which way to display her, to be honest. I might actually do it that way, but let's see how she looks with her jacket on this one. Do a little bit of mix and match going on here today. Again, I mean, seriously, it's just so cheaply made. I also think it would have been nice if they had done some more glow-in-the-dark parts on her, especially like the earrings, but they could have used some different colors too. But yeah, there's that. This is just my opinion. I just don't think that I just don't like the way the her little hoodie sits on her. Do a little bit of mix and match here while we're at it. Pop her tail. Well, let's not pop her tail off this time. Here we've got her wearing the tube top and the pinkish skirt, vinyl skirt that she had earlier. Um, Not a bad color combination, but probably not one I would have gone with. I think that I think it looks better. I think that skirt looks better with darker colors than that lavenderish top. Now we got her with her vinyl. Well, they're both vinyl skirts, but we got her with her slashed, I guess, stripe skirt, and then the cheetah print top, which, by the way, didn't notice before, but it has some slices over here on the boob. Actually, that's a surprisingly good look. I'm not that big usually into matching the different patterns like that, but in this case, it actually does seem like it works pretty well. So, her accessories, of course, is her teacup. That's the tea that has the same color as the nasty water that we created when we cleaned up the other things. Still got her purse, her diary, Basically, none of this stuff can actually be held by her. Okay, so I guess you could do this. Maybe. Yeah, not a fan. I wonder how this will look on this outfit. If anybody who watches this video has actually figured out a way to get this harness to actually sit sit properly on her, please let me know. Because this right here is where it should be landing, right? Which puts actually this all right at the tail again. And it sits too high like that. Let's try. Oh my god, I'm gonna break the tail trying to get it off again. I wonder. That's as close as we can get it to it sitting right. Oh, even that's still not sitting right. Yeah, this is poorly designed. They must have just like not really thought about the tail when they did that. Sure, it could be a lovely accessory if it sat there properly, but it doesn't. And it would be nice again if they went ahead and gave these dolls like gripping hands. I don't know why they haven't. It just, they can do that with all the action figures, but they can't do that with the dolls. But anyway, no, that was a surprise. I didn't actually think that would work. I have not watched any of the G3 cartoon stuff or the movies. I don't care enough to do it. So I don't know if any of this means anything music wise. I guess maybe she is a musician. In the previous G1 continuity, she had a terrible singing voice and went as far as to steal Caddy's voice in order to sing. I think actually this look here, I think is how I'm going to display her though. I really like, I do actually like the way those two the top and the bottom go together on that one. I didn't think I would. I think they would have been better off going with a purple glow in the dark plastic instead of this orange though, because I don't think it looks very good. But anyway, that'll conclude our look at the Neon Frights Toralei doll. Please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace and love.